Namaste friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Yogi Aaron and I'm the owner of Blue Ocean Yoga Retreat, where I lead these AYAMA based yoga teacher trainings, applied yoga anatomy and muscle activation. If you've landed here, it's probably because you are wanting to learn more about muscle activation. Maybe you're dealing with pain or aches in your body and you just want to learn more about how to live a pain-free life. Maybe you've read my book, Stop Stretching, a new yogic approach to master your body and live pain-free. These practices are designed to empower you to be able to learn more about your body, where you really have an experiential sense of anatomy in your body, and that you know what muscles you're using, and more importantly, how to activate those muscles. Through muscle activation, we can start to bring in all of our muscles to work more efficiently, properly, to establish that, literally, that brain or mind-body connection. So I hope that these practices really empower you to live your best life. Please remember to click the subscribe button below and click that notification bell so that you can receive more amazing practices from me. And may you live a blessed life. Enjoy and happy practicing. Hey friends, welcome to this total body yoga workout. This program is designed to pretty much work every single system of your body, doing some back bends, forward bends, twists, and lateral poses. I hope that you enjoy it. Please kindly remember that if you need to take a break, I do not teach child's pose. I really encourage people to come into crocodile pose, makrasana, where you're lying on your stomach and you rest your forehead on your hands, or come and lie onto your back into savasana. So these are the best ways that you can actually just take a moment to relax and just kind of recoup if you need to. But the way that I actually teach my classes typically is very gentle and also mindful. And we're always constantly looking to move our bodies in very mindful ways, okay? So let's just kind of start here in a cross-legged position just for a moment. Rest your hands on your knees. You can bring your thumb and forefingers together. This kind of mudra, by the way, is really about drawing the consciousness inwards, so that when you bring the fingers together in this way, the mind starts to turn inwards. The idea of mudra means to move towards that place within you that is delightful, that place within you that is serene and at peace. Because the ultimate goal of yoga is to begin to teach our minds to move inwards. If we're not doing that practice, ultimately we're not really doing yoga. So yoga is the consistent practice of teaching our minds to move inwards. A long time ago, your mind learned that happiness was outside of you. And ever since then, your mind has been chasing happiness, chasing that source of delight. And through our yoga practice, we're retraining or reteaching or re-educating the mind where the source of happiness lies. So as you're here, just take a few deep breaths and feel the lungs filling up. Feel the top of the lungs fill up, and the sides of the lungs, and then the bottoms of the lungs. Use this time to tune inward. Yes, there's a lot of noise around you, but see if you can start to, I don't want to say tune out that noise, but I want you to tune in to the inner sound within you. And the yogis describe that inner sound as the inner sound of nada. Nada means nothingness. The sound of nothingness. The sound of the heart. Beautiful quote by Mother Teresa. God speaks and the heart listens. Another way of interpreting that is what I said earlier, that we're tuning the mind to that inner source of delight within us. Very nice. Very good. So let's start off on coming onto all fours. Coming into your hands and knees. And from here, just inhale, lift the chest and heart. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, lift the chest and heart. And exhale, round the back. Inhale, lift the chest and heart. Draw the shoulders back. And exhale, round the back. Let's do a couple of practices of quadruped. Lift your left leg, lower the hip, lift the right arm, and then lift arm and leg up as high as you can. You should feel your whole back engage. Good. And then from here, lower down, lift the right leg up, lower the hip, lift the right leg up higher, lift the left arm, and both arm and leg lift it up. Turn the corners of your mouth upwards. Now you should feel the whole spine engage, getting into that muscle called the multifidus, lower down. Do it one more time each side. Lift the left leg, lower the hip. Lift the right arm, lift arm and leg up. Blossom the heart forwards. Lift the corners of your mouth. Very good. Lift up a little bit more and then lower down. Lift the right leg up, lower the hip. Lift the leg up higher, lift the left arm and leg. Very good. Lift it up as high as you can and then slowly lower down. Very nice. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale from here, tuck the toes, come into downward facing dog. Inhale, come to plank pose. Squeeze the belly, squeeze the navel to the spine. Exhale, come into downward facing dog. Inhale, come to plank pose. Squeeze the sides of the belly in. Drop the hips a little bit. Very good. And then exhale, come into downward facing dog. Let's do it again. Inhale, come to plank pose. Now, squeeze the hips into the midline. Push back through the heels. Draw the chest forward. Very good. Navel to spine. Exhale, come into downward dog. This is going to be a little bit of a challenge. If you can, try it out. Inhale, come into plank. Squeeze the sides of the belly. Very good. Now lift your right leg up. Squeeze that right glute. Squeeze the right glute. And then come into three-legged dog. From three-legged dog, take the right foot over to the left. And start to bring the right hand, reach up to the sky, maybe over your head. Remember to turn the corners of your mouth upwards. Now, to come out of this pose, lift the right leg up, lower the right hand, come back into three-legged dog, and then come into plank. Squeeze the hips into midline, squeeze that right glute as much as you can. Bring the heart forward. Remember to turn the corners of your mouth upwards and then lower the foot and come back into downward dog. Woo. Yum, yum, yum. Inhale deeply. Exhale deeply. Lift your toes up for a moment. As you lift your toes, you can feel your thighs engage. If the thighs, which are the agonist to the hamstrings, are engaged in tightening or contracting, the hamstrings will actually start to let go and relax. Very good. Let's do the other side. Come into plank. Squeeze the navel to the spine. Very good. Now lift the left leg up. Squeeze that left glute. Squeeze the navel again to the spine. hips to midline, come into downward dog. Three-legged dog. Very good. Now bend that left knee. Bring that left foot slowly over to the right and bring the left hand, reach up to the sky. Oh, wild thing, you make my heart sing. Very good. Now see if you can come out of this slowly. Start to bring that left leg up. Lower the left hand. Bring the left leg up, three-legged dog. Come into the plank. Good. Squeeze that left glute. Squeeze it, squeeze it. Lower the hips a little bit, navel to spine. Lower the left foot, come back into downward dog. Oh, hallelujah. Inhale deeply and exhale deeply. Very good. Now from here, lift your right leg up. Bring the right foot up to the hands as much as you can. Now lift the hands off the floor for a moment. Take the hands to the hips. Squeeze the hips into midline. See if you can lift the pubic bone away from that right thigh. Lift the right toes up. Completely, utterly engage. Bring the arms up to the sides. 2 more breaths. And exhale, bring the hands down, right foot back, downward dog. Beautiful. Left leg comes up. Inhale. Exhale, take the foot up to the hands. Lift the hands off the floor. Now, lift that pubic bone away from the left thigh. And then bring the arms out to the sides. Lift the left toes up to really engage the front of the left quad here. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling deeply. And then slowly come down. Left foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, take the right leg up. Bring the foot up to the hands, exhale. Good, lift the pubic bone away from the thigh. Bring the arms out like Superman. Push back through the left heel. Now, bring the arms out, out, out as you come up into the high lunge, but keep the arms out to the side. Do an external rotation of those biceps, of the humerus bone. And you should feel this right in the middle trap. You're going to take the arms back as far as you can comfortably. Lift up through the chest. Middle trap is responsible for extension of the upper back. So lifting up. Oh, beautiful. Bring the arms down. Right foot back, downward facing dog. We are really getting into activating all the muscles of our body. Left leg up. Exhale, take the foot up to the hands. Beautiful. Lift the hands off the floor. Lift the pubic bone away from the thigh. Bring the arms out to the sides like Superman. And then slowly start to lift up. Good. You can raise the arms a little bit, but focus on that external rotation. Feel that space between the shoulder blades actually contracting. That's your rhomboid muscle, that's your middle trap, and even a little bit of serratus. The serratus superior posterior. So getting all those muscles to work. Breathe in deeply. Exhale, bring the hands down. And left foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come into all fours. Lift the chest and heart. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, lift the chest and heart. Let's do quadruped again. Bring the right leg out. Lower the hip. Lift the right leg up higher. Lift the left arm. Arm and leg. Now lift it both up. Really engaging all of those back extensors. Very nice. Slowly lower down. Lift the left leg up. Lower the hip. Lift the leg up higher. Lift the right arm. And then arm and leg. Good. Engaging all of those back extensors. slowly lower down. Lift the chest and heart, and then exhale, come into downward facing dog. We're going to do this sequence one more time with the lunge. Inhale, bring the right leg up. Exhale, take the foot up to the hands. Lift the arms up. Lift that pubic bone away from the thigh. Lift the right toes up. You totally engage, hips to midline. Bring the arms out, turn the palms up, come back up. This time, bring the arms, reach up. Now, a lot of times people sink into the hips. I want you to actually come out of the hips. In fact, straighten that right leg just a little bit. Now, lift everything up. Keep it lifted. Pretend that you're holding on to some ropes in the ceiling. So you're pulling yourself up. Now, as you're pulling yourself up, bend that right knee a little bit more. A little bit more. Don't let the torso sink. You'll see a lot of very flexible people just kind of collapse down. This is not correct. You want to keep lifting up. You're keeping those muscles lifting. All of the abdominal muscles are lifting upwards. If you're collapsing, you're unstable and your joints are going to pay the price. Good. One more breath in. Full breath. Inhale deeply. Exhale, bring the hands down. Right foot back, downward dog. Delicious. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, take the foot up to the hands. Lift the arms off the floor. Lift the left toes. Push down through that left heel of the foot. Very good. Bring the arms out to the sides. Turn the palms up. And then slowly bring the arms, reach up. Grab those ropes, those imaginary ropes from the ceiling. Pull up, up, up. Now, start to bend that left knee. Very good. Keep lifting up though. Sometimes I find it helps to help me lift up a little bit more by turning the corners of my mouth upwards. So just notice that that always helps with everything in life. And then exhale, bring the hands down and left foot back, downward dog. Inhale deeply. Exhale, inhale, come to plank. Take the navel to the spine. Lift your right leg, squeeze that right glute. Squeeze it, lower down. Lift the left leg, squeeze that left glute. Squeeze it, squeeze it. Lower down, exhale, downward dog. Bring the right foot up to the hands. And this time, windmill, come into warrior two pose. Okay? So in warrior two, the front heel is in line with the back arch of the foot. Very nice. Now from here, cross your arms. And then inhale and exhale. Bring that right shoulder to the right hip bone, not the right knee, to the right hip bone. So squeeze it in. Now we're getting into lateral obliques here. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, take the right shoulder to the right hip bone. Very good. You're squeezing all of these muscles. You're not collapsing, you're intentionally squeezing. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, squeeze right shoulder to right hip bone. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, squeeze the right shoulder to right hip bone. Inhale deeply. Exhale, inhale, come back up. And exhale, come back over. Very good. Squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. Inhale, back up. One more time. Bend the front knee a little bit more if you can, if it's in your practice. Exhale, bring the right shoulder to the right hip bone. Inhale, back up. This time straighten the leg. Keep the arms crossed. Again, inhale, squeeze the hips into midline. Please don't let that left hip pop out. That's not correct form. And you're just going to go into compensation. So keep the hips squeezed together. Bring your right shoulder to the right hip bone. Very good. From here, take your left arm out behind you. Take the left hand, left thumb, and reach a little bit behind you. Now keep squeezing that right shoulder down, 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 and then bring the left arm up. And then bring the left arm over your head. Keep squeezing in. Keep squeezing in. Breathe deeply. 2 more breaths. Inhale back up. Bend the front knee. Warrior 2. Take a breath or 2. Exhale, windmill the hands down. Take the right foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale into plank. Squeeze everything to the midline. Lift your right leg and down. Lift your left leg. Squeeze the left glute and down. Exhale, downward dog. All right, so warrior 2 on the left side. So bring the left foot forward. Inhale, come back into warrior 2. Windmill in. Very good. Cross the arms here. Now, we're going to activate the lateral obliques on the left side. So inhale, lift the chest and heart. Exhale, squeeze that left shoulder to the left hip bone. Inhale, back up. And exhale, come back over. Squeeze that left shoulder to that left hip bone. You might notice that it's a little bit stiff to begin with. And as we do this more, it becomes less stiff. And that stiffness is just because the muscle isn't working. The muscle isn't activated properly. So we're building that neuromuscular connection between the brain and the muscle. Come back over. Squeeze that left shoulder to the left hip bone. And then come back up. And exhale, come back over. Squeeze that left shoulder to the left hip bone. Beautiful. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, come back over. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, come back over. Beautiful. One more time, you guys. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, come back over. Nice. And then inhale, come back up. Straighten the left leg. We're going to do exactly the same thing. We're going to squeeze the hips into midline. Remember not to let that hip jut out. And then bring that left shoulder over towards the left hip. Now squeeze it in as best as you can. There you go. Now from here, bring that right arm, reach behind you, turn the palm upwards, and then bring the thumb back as far as you can comfortably. Pause there for a moment, take a breath, and then bring the arm up to the sky. Squeeze the hips into midline, press down through the heels of the feet, lift your toes a little bit, and then bring the arm over the head. Turn the corners of your mouth upwards, always makes everything easier. Inhale deeply, exhale deeply. And then inhale back out into warrior 2. Oh, just wonderful. It's really, really wonderful. And then we windmill the hands down, take the left foot back, come into downward dog. Take a deep breath in. Then inhale, come into plank. Exhale, bring the knees down and gently come on all the way down. Let the forehead come down to the floor. Bring the arms out to the sides. Breathe in deeply. And exhale deeply. From here, I'm going to do Shalabhasana. Lift the chest, lift the legs. Lift from the inner thighs as much as you can and slowly come on down. Lift up the legs, lift the chest. Very good. We're going to start adding on in a moment. Exhale, come on down. So do the best that you can. Lift up the chest. Now, this is the first level. So this is all that you can do, that's fine. Keep working on this. If you can, bring the arms forward. Lift up. Lift the legs. Lift, lift, and down. Take another breath here. Lift up. Lift the legs. Bring the arms forward. And lift up. Totally engaging all the muscles in the back, and then exhale down. Lift up, bring the arms forward. This time bend the elbows, have the elbows level with the shoulders, lift up, and then come on down. One more time, lift everything up, and then bring the arms forward. Bend the elbows, and then bring the arms forward again. Lift, 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 and down. I'm going to invite you to just stay here now in crocodile pose. We've hit every single system in our body. We didn't leave anything left unturned. We hit the rotators, the back extensors, the trunk flexors, hip flexors, hip extensors, side benders. We hit everything. So just stay here for a few breaths. Such a great pose, Makrasana, crocodile pose. And just continue to breathe diaphragmatically for a couple more minutes. And go back out into your day and enjoy.